Right, good evening. I'll make it just about 5 o'clock. So good evening, hope you've had a good day. So we'll take you through your Pilates session. As usual, we'll start off with a warm-up, some mobility, and then we'll move into the main session. So if you've got any injuries that you're looking after, make sure that you take any options that you need to and work to the level that's right for you so that you're getting the best from your workout today. Okay, so we'll start off standing up. Alright, so we're going to just place our feet about hip width apart, standing nice and tall, shoulders pulled back. So we've got good posture, just tucking the tailbone under slightly so the bum's not sticking out at the back. And we're just going to start off by lifting the heels up and then rolling back onto the heels. So we're like rocking forward and back, like a rocking chair. Just keeping the knees slightly bent. And while we're doing that, what I'd like you to do is just draw your belly button gently in towards your spine. Okay, we're going to place the feet flat on the floor now. And we're going to take a deep breath in. We transfer our weight to one side. On the out breath, we raise the knee, breathe in, bring the foot towards the floor, but don't completely touch the floor. So just breathe out as we come up, breathe in as we come down. If you need the wall for support, then you can use the wall, or you can have a little heel lift if you just need to keep your toes on the floor. Another option is to add your arms. So if you're unsteady on one leg, just make sure you keep your arms relaxed by your side. To switch sides. So we exhale and inhale. To relax our arms by our sides, and we're going to do some forward flexions. So we're breathing in to begin with, and then on the out breath we're tucking the chin into the chest, slowly rolling down, and then we inhale as we gently roll back up. So we breathe out, we tuck the chin in, inhale as we roll back up. I'm just going to do a couple more. One last one. Okay, so moving on to some forward flexions. So we're taking an inhale breath, exhale, inhale, and then exhale, and then we switch sides. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. on each side. And last one. Excellent, well done. Okay, so we are going to move into the main session now. So the reason we're standing up, you might have guessed it if you've done a few sessions with me recently. We're going to start off with the push-up. So feet are hip width apart, we're taking a breath in. I'll do the easy one first and then I'll show you the progression. So we breathe out, we tuck the chin in, we slowly roll down through the spine, arms hang loose, we bend the knees, we walk the hands forward. So we take the knees to the floor. We take a breath in, slowly lower the chest to elbow height. We breathe out, we slowly push ourselves up away from the floor, and then we walk our hands back to our knees, pick the knees up, tuck the chin into the chest, and then we slowly roll up through the spine. So one flows into the next, big breath in, and then on the out breath, slowly roll down. So your option is to keep your knees off the floor and do a full push-up. So we inhale, we exhale. So we do that push-up nice and slow. Bend the knees before you start to walk the hands back. So the feet, chin tucks in, and we slowly roll up. So we're stacking the vertebrae back on top of one another. Big breath in, and then on the out breath, we tuck the chin in. So if you're doing your push-up on your knees, I'll just turn to the side. If you're doing your push-up on your knees, if your hands are nearer to your knees, so you're in more of a box push-up position, then that's fine. It's less intense. If you wanted to kind of make it a bit more intense, you'll bring the hands forward and just come onto the tips of the knees. So you're just increasing that lever length there, and then walking the hands back. So we're stacking the vertebrae back up on top of one another, one at a time. So remember throughout the session to work slowly with good control. The more control we've got, the more challenging it is, and the better results we get. Okay, we're going to do one more. And then rather than coming back up onto our feet, we're just going to sit back into child's pose. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves around to seated position now. And we're going to do a nice gentle exercise. We're going to do the seated spine twist. So you can sit with your legs crossed in this position. If that's not comfortable for you, it isn't for everybody. You can bring your feet in front of you with your legs flat on the floor, or have your feet on the floor. This one though does tend to make you just kind of lean back a bit, flex back a bit. So only do that one if you can really sit nice and tall with a straight spine. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands together. We're taking a breath in, and then on the out breath, we're just slowly twisting around to one side. We are inhaling, we're coming back to the centre, and then we're exhaling to the other side. Inhale, come back to centre, and then exhale to the other side. So if you're more competent with this exercise, you can change your arm position. Or you can even bring your arms out. This is the more intense option. So just keep the arms in the same position relative to the trunk. Making sure we're not swinging the arms independently. You'll you'll definitely start to feel the weight in your arms after a few of those. So if you need to come back to here or even to here, then that's fine. We just want to make sure that we're sitting with good posture, so we're sitting really, really tall and not letting ourselves slump back. To do one more. And now we're relaxing in the centre. So while we're seated, we'll do another couple of exercises in a seated position, I think. So I'm just going to turn my feet round just so that you can see from this position. So we're going to do the roll up, which is abdominal strength. We place our hands around the backs of our legs. We're sitting up tall. And then on the in-breath, we tilt the pelvis, so we flex through the spine, getting that C-curve into the spine. And then we exhale, and we bring ourselves up to sitting position. So we inhale, we tilt, we curve, we roll back. And then we exhale as we come back up to sitting position. Progression-wise, you can bring your arms forward and increase your range of movement. So with that, we increase the breath. So we inhale, tilt and curve. Exhale, take it as far as you can. And then you can inhale as you change direction. And then exhale as you come back to that upright posture. So you're inhaling and exhaling on the way down. Inhaling and exhaling on the way up. Just shuffle myself forward. So for level 3, you've got the option to increase that range so that you're coming all the way down to the floor. Arms overhead. Inhale, arms, head, shoulders lift together. And then you exhale, back up to the top. So we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor into a full body stretch. Okay, so we're going to do one more exercise from a seated position. So we're going to do the rolling back. So it starts in a similar way to the exercise we've just done previously. This is a great one for mobility of the lumbar spine. So when we did the twisting, it was more thoracic, and now we're moving down the spine a little bit lower. So first option, hands either side of you, just to give yourself that little gentle push if you're worried about getting stuck on the floor. So we inhale, tilt the pelvis, curve the spine, so just like we did in the previous exercise, we roll back. And then we exhale back up to sitting position. Second option is the same, but just with your hands on your legs, either on your shins or on the backs of your thighs. And then level 3, we have our hands on the shins, and then we use our stomach muscles to stop the feet touching the floor, so you won't be able to see from there, just so you can see our feet. So we roll back, and then we use the strength in the stomach muscles to stop ourselves from coming all the way back to the floor with those heels. If you can't get along with that exercise, there is an alternative for you which you can do, which is cat stretch. So your hands are on the floor, knees under the hips, you take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, you tuck your pelvis in, roll through the spine, tuck in your chin, breathe in and hold there, and then breathe out as you let everything go. Breathe in to hold, breathe out as you roll up, breathe in to hold, and then breathe out as you release. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, we're going to come down to the floor now. So we're going to move on to the scissors. Alright, so we've got feet hip width apart, arms relaxed on the floor. We take a breath in, and then on the out breath we're raising one leg, just keeping the stability in the pelvis and the hips. Did I say scissors? I think I did. And now we breathe in, and then on the out breath we slowly lower the heel towards the floor, but we don't touch the floor with the heel. And then we breathe in, and we just stop that knee back above the hip. So we breathe out, take away, breathe in, return. You continue on the same side until I ask you to switch, or until you feel that you're ready to yourself. Level 2, same range of movement, but we alternate from one leg to the other. Don't know why that's gone off the TV now. So we breathe out and in. Now for level 3, knees over hips, breathe in, and then on the out breath, you're moving both your legs but in opposite directions. Inhale as you switch. So we're working slowly and steadily. And then your progression option is to have your head and your shoulders off the floor as well. See if I can get that music put back through the TV. So keep that going. Should do it. Okay, if you're on level 1, then you can switch over onto your other leg. Keep drawing those tummy muscles in, make sure you're not letting your lower back arch, particularly if you've got both of your legs up. Use your breathing to control your speed. Remember, less is more. Okay, well done. Bring your feet down. Take yourself into a full body stretch. To move on to the shoulder bridge now, so a mixture of strength and mobility. So bringing heels in, feet and knees are still hip width apart. Okay, So we're taking a breath in, we're tilting the pelvis, we're pushing the lower back into the floor, so we're closing up that space between your mat and your back. Okay, then we breathe out, we're coming up into the bridge position, and then we inhale, slowly lower down, exhale back into neutral. So we inhale and exhale as we come up. Inhale and exhale as we come down. To progress, we inhale and exhale into bridge. We hold still, so we squeeze all those muscles. Inhale as we take our arms overhead. Exhale as we bring our hands back down to the floor, and then we inhale and we exhale as we slowly release. Okay, so I have another option for you, which is to inhale and exhale into the bridge. Just make sure your arms are not supporting your body weight. Then you inhale, you lift one foot, knee comes over the hip. Breathe out, extend the leg away. Breathe in, knee comes back over hip. And then breathe out, and then we switch legs. So you can do that as many times as you like. You can stay there for the duration, just keeping alternating from one leg to the other, or if you just want to have that little bit of mobility benefit for the spine as well, then you can come down after maybe you've done one leg, one on each side, and then come back down. So it's up to you. Work to the level that you can do really well. Challenges you, but you've got really good technique. Okay, so whichever version you're doing, you're going to do one more, and then you're just going to hug your knees in towards you for your release stretch. And then you're bringing your knees in towards you. Bringing those feet down now, and we're going to roll ourselves over onto our side. Okay, so next up we'll do some lateral hip rolls. So we're going to have a lie down just with our head resting on our arm, and then we're going to bend the knees, bringing the feet up so that the feet are in line with your spine and heels up towards your bum. Okay, so once you've got yourself comfortable, make sure that you're still maintaining your abdominal contraction. We take a breath in, and then on the out breath we lift the knee away, keeping the feet together, and then we inhale as we slowly release, and then we repeat. So we keep from the waist upwards super still. The only thing that's moving is this leg. Just you should be starting to feel that if not now, then a few moments ago. When you're ready, take yourself into your release stretch. So it's really good, that one, for those of you that struggle with sciatica. It's a really good one to do when you struggle with that. Do a few of these and it should help you. Okay, so we're going to come up. I'm just going to repeat that one now on the other side. Okay, so just let the head rest on the arm, bring your heels up, take a breath in, and then we breathe out, lift the knee away, keeping the feet together, and then we inhale as we return. Okay, so when you're ready, take your leg up towards you. Okay, we're going to roll over onto our front now. In fact, we'll come up onto our hands and knees. We'll do the swimming exercise. So I'm a bit like this in the studio. I have to face a certain way, and I'm the same at home. I have to face this way for some reason. I don't know why. So we are coming up onto our hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We take a breath in, and then on the out breath we just slide our toes along the floor, and then we inhale as we return. So we bring the knee back under the hip, but we don't place our weight onto the leg. So the idea being that as we bring the knee back under the hip, we're not letting our weight transfer back onto that leg. So we keep our weight on our support leg and over our arms as well. So we keep that going. Progression wise, you can slide your foot away and then lift, and then inhale as you return. And then progression from there is opposite arm to opposite leg. So as you slide away, your toes stay on the floor until your leg is straight, and then they lift up, and then inhale as you return. And then that just means that we're using the correct muscles and we're not firing up the glutes too much. They're taking over. So when you feel like you are ready to take a breather, you can sit back over your heels with your hands extended forwards. Okay, we're coming on up, changing now onto the other side. So take a breath in, make sure your knees are hip width apart, And as you breathe out, take away, inhaling as you return. And we're breathing out as we take away, breathing in as we return. And then when you're ready again, take those hands forward and sit yourself back. Okay, we're going to calm down to our stomachs now. And we're going to work the muscles that run down the spine. Okay, so we take our arms to shoulder height, elbows in line with shoulders. We tuck the chin in, we breathe in, and then as we breathe out, we lift the head and the shoulders. We inhale as we return, so we keep our eyes looking down at the mat. We breathe out as we slowly come up. Breathe in as we return. Progression wise, we can lift our arms come along with us as well. Make sure you're not letting your legs lift, because again that's activation into the glutes and it takes away from the contraction of the muscles in the back, which is what we want to target. Your option for progression is to take your arms overhead. So your hands and your arms lift from the floor as well. Just keep gently squeezing those stomach muscles in. And then when you're ready, let yourself sit back over your heels. This time, let your arms rest next to your legs. I'm just going to finish off with a cat stretch. No, not, because some of you may have done that earlier when we did the thingy, rolling back. So what we'll do, oh no, this hasn't worked out well at all, we'll finish off with the leg pull. Okay, so we're going to place our elbows under our shoulders, head and chest lifted from the floor. So you'll take a deep breath in when I ask you to, and then on the out breath you'll peel your hips and thighs off the floor. Just come up onto the tips of your knees. And then for those of you that need more of a challenge, knees crack them when I did that, lift your knees off the floor. Again, we'll just tuck the pelvis under because we want to keep the back nice and flat. We need to avoid like the bum sticking out kind of thing. So, knees or toes, it's completely up to you. It's your last 60 seconds of work. When I say 6 seconds, I mean up to. So if maybe 30 seconds is your goal, then that's fine. Do what you can. Come down when you can't possibly bear anymore, but not before then. Alright, so let's have a look. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, lift yourself into position. Okay, so once we're there, we breathe as we would normally. Don't worry about in through the nose, out through the mouth. Some hair tickling my nose. Not nose hair, face hair. Alright, so we're coming up, knees off the floor, if you can, or knees down. I was talking to myself then when I said we're coming up, it wasn't pressured to you. So keep gently squeezing those stomach muscles and breathe through it, knowing that once you've done this, you're done. "40 seconds gone, 20 left. Four, three, two, one, and down. Well done. Okay, we're here. We're just going to push ourselves up away from the mat. If you need to, you can lift your arms, press into your hands. Excellent, well done. So we're just going to bring ourselves, lower ourselves back down towards the floor, and then we're just going to bring ourselves up to sitting position. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that session, feeling lengthened, strengthened, a little bit relaxed as well. So we'll see you next week, or what have we got tomorrow? Circuits tomorrow, 5 o'clock. So have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Take care.